AAA, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 48 Boss Babe Denied Entry to the Club because she's too old. Let's get right into it.
A few days ago I posted about not getting into a club because of my footwear. I had flip-flops on and they wouldn't let me in. I was saying these comments were for mostly men and not women. This was some 40-something-year-old man in the club with young girls. Everybody would be giving him a goddamn high five. But because a woman posted this, we are too old to go to the club. What? Because we are not making babies anymore. Over 40, we are washed up. No, sweeties, let me tell you a secret. Our 40s are just getting started and we are dating younger men. The boys that want to buy me drinks are young enough to be your sons, and I'm going to let them because nobody wants your dusty ass old balls buying me a drink. 7 minutes that you can give me are not impressive. I've made my own money, so what do we need you for? I am not old. I am older and old enough to know that you guys are not going to age us out. Dancing at nightclubs until the end of time and snacker sizing. Stay toxic, my friend.
Stay toxic, my friend, she says. So in the beginning, she kind of contradicted herself. She said she's a housewife, and now she says she's going out to the club and she wants to date younger men because she's not old, she's older. Whatever that distinction is, okay? She's not old, she's older. Older's still bad. I don't want to say, yeah, you're dating a girl. Yeah, you're dating an older woman. Older girl? No. Don't bring no older girls around me, okay? Now, she was denied entry because supposedly she had flip-flops on, but she don't believe this is the case. She believed that she was racially discriminated against. She said if this is an older man trying to party with younger girls, no one would bat an eye. And I agree with her. Probably no one would say anything. It's normal. I don't understand why women really keep making something against this idea that younger women are in style just like rich men are in style. It's just the way it is, okay? I didn't make the rules. You didn't make the rules. When we die, it will still be the rules, okay? Older men, younger women. It works that way because, man, we produce a fresh batch of sperm every day, okay? You guys, your eggs run out when you're in your 40s, okay? Even in your 30s. Anyway, here's a girl. She's showing what it's like to be 40 in a club. These are the different dances these girls do. They shake around, bob their head. They dance with one arm while seated. You know what I'm saying? They do this, they do that. Not that impressive. Sips on one drink unless someone buys them another one. A little shoulder bounce when we're really feeling it. Can you imagine? Are you really looking forward to see a girl like that in the club? Holding on to one drink, babysitting it, knowing damn well she don't got enough money to buy another drink. Is that what you really want to see in the club? Anyway, this girl's in the club herself. Take a look at what she has to say.
About men is that they're going to punish you when you actually like them and reward you when you don't.
She said one thing she knows about men is they're gonna punish you when you actually like them and reward you when you don't. And to me, it's so funny because this is actually the way women are. Let me tell you something, man. I had to learn the hard way so many times that the only way you could find real women in this world is if you're a player. Players get all the real girls. If you're a nice guy and you find a nice girl, you better act like a player because she is going to reject you. Women want to have this experience of, oh, it's a mystery and I'm uncovering and I'm trying to win him over. The only person they could possibly win over is a guy playing games with them. Us men, we know we like girls from the jump. We know we like you from the jump. But we have to pretend like you are, oh, I don't know where my feelings at. It's going to take me time. Like, women don't understand that, man. We're different than that. So, no, we don't like girls who don't like us and reward girls because they don't like us. No, that's what women do. The easiest way to treat a woman and to get her respect is to act like you don't give a fuck about her, yo. Seriously. Like, I've been forced to become a player again because every time I try to be nice with a girl, she makes me realize that there is no emotional, vulnerable, safe space with women. You can't be like, you can't literally tell a girl you like her. I'm telling you. If you guys, in the comments, please tell the truth. When you tell a girl she likes you like them, what normally happens? That's what normally happens. Okay? She doesn't celebrate you. Okay? She runs away. Oh, he likes me. Ew. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Days when I wake up, the first thing I think about is the fact that 300,000 African American women have been laid off since March 2025. It is on my mind when I log into work. It is on my mind every time I have a meeting with my manager. It is living rent-free in my head. There are a few things that I am proactively trying to do to lay off proof myself saving as much as I can. This is not the time to be spending. I'm not going on any vacations. I'm literally saving. Additionally, in my work, I make sure that my work is super visible, that I'm communicating with leadership, that I am a visible employee, and that my numbers speak for themselves. Additionally, if you have any other skills, make sure that you're keeping up with those skills and those certifications, because you never know. Let's just be really proactive in protecting ourselves in case anything comes up.
Women go above and beyond for a job. Layoffs is happening, so what women do to make themselves layoff proof? They're gonna kiss more ass. Think about it this way, right? You don't think getting a man is layoff proof? You ever thought about that? Oh no, I'm not gonna cooperate with a man, this, a man that, but job, oh yeah, I'm gonna cooperate with the boss who could fire you for any moment with no reason at all. And they don't gotta give you an explanation, they could just get rid of you. But no, she's going to go above and beyond. She's going to save her money. She's going to make sure her work is visible. She's going to make sure she's visible. She's going to kiss all the boss's ass. But you ask yourself, damn. And by the way, this is a single mother. Shout out to her. She's an attractive girl, but she's a single mother. And she will die working for a job. She will die. She will drive through a thunderstorm, a snowstorm for 2 hours to get to the job, but she won't even pay for a first date for a man. That's how crazy it is nowadays. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
So I talked to my kid's father the other day for the first time in over 2 years, and now I'm reminded of why I don't talk to this man. So during our very brief conversation where he pissed me off, he said that I'm moving like I'm hurt and I need to let go of that hurt because we haven't been together in 11 years or whatever. Then proceeded to tell my children that he has moved on twice and that I should move on too. Sir, in the 11 years that we have not been together, I have lost over 120 pounds. I have maintained a household, the same household that your children reside in. We have not moved. There have not been any bills unpaid. I have put myself through law school as a single working mother and graduated law school as the only single mother out of 260 graduates. I then studied for and passed the California bar exam on the first try, and then got sworn in and am now a practicing attorney in California. My life is literally completely different. I'm genuinely confused what part of that says that I haven't moved on.
Yeah, you're bitter. Listen, I don't understand why the alternative to a man is a job. Please, ladies, help me understand. Why do you think that an alternative to you is a job? The job can't cuddle you at night. The job can't change the batteries in the smoke alarm. The job can't protect you from someone trying to break into your home. Yet you guys would do anything for a job. You're going to go to school. You're going to go to lawyer school. You're going to do anything for a job. And oh, I lost 120 pounds and I did this and I did that. Boo-hoo, baby girl, boo-hoo. Listen, you're still not as valuable as a woman without children who never had to lose 120 pounds. Now, she's decently attractive, but I'm curious, what does she look like with 120 pounds? This is what she looks like. Yeah, this is what she looks like with the 120 pounds. Now, if we go over, okay, this is what she looks like now. Shout out to her. Attractive children. She's an attractive woman, but still, there's going to be loose skin left over. I'm just telling the truth for most of the time. And, even though I feel for her and congrats to her, she should lose weight for her own health. It doesn't make you more desirable in the dating market as a single mom who went through dramatic weight loss just because you're a lawyer now. That might sound like a flex to you, but it just sounds like too much baggage to me. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
So I scrolled past a video of this guy that said that he asked, why do women's expectations and standards go up when their value goes down? Basically like saying like, okay, as women get older, their value goes down and they're, had bodies and had life experience and stuff like that. And it got me to thinking like, it's so funny every time I hear a man that says something like that, because it's like, well, what do you think that we're missing out on? Like, you're basically telling me that I don't qualify for a job that I didn't apply for and that I don't want. And the guys that make statements like that are always the ones who are more equivalent to, let's say, somebody posted a job, and the job is scrubbing toilets for $5 an hour and no benefits. And then they come to you and they say, well, you know what? Sorry, but you don't qualify for this job. Who the fuck wants that job anyway? Nobody wants that job. They're not. So what exactly am I missing out on? When you tell a woman that she expires after a certain age, 25, 30, 35, whatever the age, whatever the number is, I don't think that a lot of the men who make those statements, I don't think that they realize that all you're really saying is that they don't qualify to make your life better, your life easier, to do things for you, not for her. So when you say that automatically lets me know that I'm not missing out on nothing, because all you thinking about is yourself. You're not thinking about how I can benefit my partner, the person that I'm with. You just thinking about yourself. So you know what? If I'm expired, thank the heavens.
You know, it's funny, she has no idea what she's talking about. Listen, ladies, stop getting mad. It's the truth. As you get older, you have more standards. When you were younger, you were hooking up, having one-night stands, doing keg stands at the frat party. You know, you were literally wilding out. And now that you're older and you got bad bodies, now you want a man to marry you and you're going to be celibate till you guys get married. That's what happens. It's weird to me and it's weird to men because you would think it's the opposite. The time to have standards as a woman is when you have your highest value. But women do it the opposite way because everything's done by feelings. They don't feel like having standards when they're younger, and they feel like having a bunch of standards when they're older. And here's the funny part. She compared a man, I'm assuming an average man, to a job that's like scrubbing toilets. So if an average man's like scrubbing toilets, if that's the analogy, if that's the premise of your argument to say that you don't want that job anyway, well, let me tell you something. An older woman is like scrubbing toilets. An older woman is like a job that's like scrubbing toilets. Yeah. If you want to say that the average man is undesirable because he's average, let me tell you something. A woman who's past her prime is undesirable as well. You're equally like scrubbing a toilet. In fact, you're like licking a toilet. A public restroom, a porta potty. That's what it's like to date a woman who is much older, long in the tooth, and the inside of her walls is like steel wool. That's what it's like. But you would never know that because you sit around and just try to make rebuttal to these arguments instead of understanding what men come from. Ladies, I don't know if you noticed, but we understand where you come from. You want a man that makes money. We get it. And guess what? We just happen to want the money too. But what we want from women, y'all fight about tooth and nail instead of just doing what we want. It's simple. Okay, it really is. Anyway, here's a woman that gets it. This is a woman that gets it. Take a look. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Started watching Pop the Balloon, and the funniest part is the women popping their balloons off height immediately. And I could understand why, but at the same time, like, you're 35 and single. And I don't mean that as a dig, but like, clearly you're eliminating a large portion of your dating pool by having an unreasonable height standard that has no correlation to anything of substance, and the man cannot change that. And I'm not here to be on the payroll for the short kings. I just think that people based on ego have prioritized height to an extreme level. It's become an obsession for some women while they're dating, and it's clearly not fruitful because you're either canceling out a large portion of the dating pool that could be husband material, or y'all are dating men who you think are ugly. You're calling them medium ugly, but because they're tall, you're okay with that. That's the face your daughter's gonna have. They be looking like the daddies. Y'all be getting tools in the face, but because he's 6'5", it's like, that's strange.
Now, mind you, this is coming from a girl who's fugly. How are the fugly girls reasonable nowadays? Can you imagine that? But this girl's reasonable, and honestly, it makes her more attractive. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you're a woman with sense, it makes you more attractive. What did she say? You're 35 and single, yet you have unreasonable standards. Unreasonable standards. You choose for things that have no correlation to anything of substance, like the height bias. You have a bias, right, for height. Why? A lot of tall men can't fight. So him being tall, he's still getting knocked out. So now he can really protect you. I know a lot of women think, oh, if he's tall and he got muscles, he can protect you. A lot of dudes that go to the gym, that I go to the gym, I'm a personal trainer, right? But I'm not a meathead. I don't do steroids, so I don't look as bulky as a lot of men think, or a lot of women think a person that goes to the gym is supposed to look. But here's the reality. I'll knock a lot of those niggas out. They can't move. They got no flexibility. They have no mobility in their shoulders. They literally can't touch their hands behind their back at all. They can't. That's how bad it is. So talking about swinging fists, they would get knocked out. Now, I'm saying this because women optimize for their ego. Oh, I can't wait to tell someone I'm dating someone who's 6'4". And she's right. Those dudes be fugly as hell. And you're only going to ruin it for your daughter, because your daughter going to look just like that fugly ass tall nigga you dating. Right? Now, I was like, you know, it's so strange that this girl makes a lot of sense. Let me go digging around, and I found this on her profile. Yeah, that's right. This is her, an engagement. That's right. She's engaged. Yeah. How about that? She's engaged. Shout out to her and her husband. Okay? She found someone that loves her. And you know what? It doesn't surprise me, because she's reasonable. Ladies, all men want is a reasonable woman, a woman you could talk to. But here's the reality part of it. Even women who are quote unquote reasonable, you still got to run game on them. This is the part of dating I hate. You still got to run game. I'm so tired of running game on girls. I really am, bro. I won't lie. But you know what? Fuck it. It's pimping for life. It's pimping for life, y'all. The hell with it, y'all. And I'm saying that because even me, bro, I meet girls and I match with a lot of girls and I date girls and go on dates with girls. If I like a girl, I got to pretend like I don't like her, because that's how warped women's minds are. That's how warped their minds are, bro. You literally just got to be pimping out here, y'all. That's how crazy it is. Anyway, I don't even want to get into it. Here's another lady talking some common sense. Take a look.
I just had a thought, and so many people are going to be upset about this, but I think the best combination for a guy and a girl is if he's tall, she's prettier than him, he is richer than her, they are equally smart, and she is a little bit more fun and interesting, but he is a little bit more stable and boring. Let me know what you think in the comments. I just had a thought.
Nah, I'm agreeing with a lot of the things she said, but she missed one important thing. She's significantly younger than him. Yeah, that's important. For fertility, it's important. Yeah, you want a man that's tall and you're going to be prettier than him. Fine. Okay? You want the fact that he's rich. Okay, fine. You want him to be, y'all want to be equally smart. Fine. Okay? You want to be the fun one and he's slightly boring, but he's stable. Fine. We can do all that with an older woman, so we have to stress we don't want older women. I don't care what y'all say. It don't matter. It don't matter. And because we pimping over here, then we definitely getting what we want. We going to go Leonardo DiCaprio on these hoes. We definitely going to get what we want. If you older than 25, you are declined. You are denied. You are not qualified, yo. That's how you got to give it up in this world. You got to put your foot on women's necks, figuratively, right? Not literally, but when it comes to the dating game, foot on neck, belt to ass. That's how bad it is in the dating marketplace, bro. You got to just, you know what? Pimp, hooray. Pimp, hooray. Anyway, here's what this novice of a dating coach has to say. Take a look.
This breakup has felt drastically different than every other breakup I have ever experienced. And I'm going to do my best to try to explain this. So typically when I decide to break up with somebody, I usually have feelings of sadness, of course, over the relationship ending, and over giving up the hope of what you thought the relationship might be. But by the time I decide to break up with them, usually I've kind of come to terms with this. And the overwhelming feeling that I experience at the end of the breakup is a sadness to be single again. And this despair of oh my God, I thought I found my person. Great. This sucks. Back to the streets I go. I don't want to date anymore. And I hate this for me. Okay, so the focus is less on the sadness of losing that specific person and more of oh my God, I don't want to date again. I don't want to do this again. That is like the heavier feeling. Because again, I've decided this person is not for me. I've already grieved this. I've already processed this. And now I'm just so sad that I have to go through the whole process again with somebody new. Hopelessness would be the biggest feeling that I have at the end of a breakup. This time, my experience was overwhelming peace. An overwhelming sense of peace. And here's where it's a little nuanced. Okay, so obviously the sadness is still there, right? I'm still sad about the loss of this person. I'm sad about the loss of this future that I hoped I would have with this person. And again, I've had time to process these feelings, because when you're the one that ultimately decides to walk away from the relationship, you have to get to this point, right? So there's a lot of processing before you get to this point. So then when the breakup actually happens, you feel sadness, but it also creates room for other emotions, because this is what you've been dreading, right? Like you've been dreading this, and then boom, it's here, it happens. So now that dread is replaced with other feelings. This sense of peace is a very foreign feeling. This is the first time I have walked away from a relationship and not felt sad that I have to return to the streets. Like the feeling of like, oh my God, I have to date again. Like all of that sadness is not there. And I think—
Girl contradicts herself in her own TikTok video. 2 minutes ago, she's saying that she's sad. She got to return to the streets. Now, and this one feels different. Well, I'm not sad. I got to return to the streets. She just said she felt hopelessness. Now it's like, oh, I find a peace that I feel okay returning to the streets. Can you imagine dating her? Can you imagine? Now, I agree with her. Dating sucks. It sucks real bad. It's horrible, right? Someone pissed in the dating pool and took a shit in it 3 times, okay? But what's worse about it on the men's end is, imagine that dating sucks so bad and you got to pay for it. Yeah, and you got to pay for it. Every time you go out and hang out with a girl, you got to be coughing up money. Yeah, it sucks and it still costs you money. Women, you will never understand how bad the dating market is, because you don't have to date you and spend money on you. This is why I won't lie, like, I'm 37. I'm going to be 38 in January. Shout out to everybody that's half celebrating a birthday in the beginning of the year. But I think to myself that it is such a waste of time trying to date women, because they're chaotic. They're crazy. All of them. They're all the same. Like, what did AMS used to say? Remember alpha male strategies? They're all sluts. They're all sluts. You respect a woman nowadays, and it's only to your detriment. If you respect a woman nowadays, it's only to your detriment. That's how bad it is. This girl wants to go back to the streets. She feels peace going back to the streets. She knows another dick is going to be in her mouth. She knows. She knows she's going to be licking some new balls. She knows. And as a man that dated her for how many time that he dated her, he has to accept that not only his girl's leaving him, she's eager to get back to the streets. She's eager. Can you imagine all the money, all the time you spent just to know that you found out you dated a jump off, a 304, a hoe, a harlot, a girl they ain't worth a goddamn shit, nothing. And she ready to hop on the next man's dick just like that? It leaves no motivation. It leaves so much to be desired from relationships. And you got to think to yourself, we're never going to get it. We're never going to return to where we have quality women in America. I'm telling you. It just doesn't seem like that, bro. Anyway, here's a woman gaslighting, of course, because it says what to do if he's inconsistent. And you know exactly why she's saying that. I'm going to get into it, but take a look.
If the guy you like is hot and cold, you never know from one day to the next what type of energy he's going to give you. Please watch this video and share it with any friend that you have who's going through the same thing. This is not a situation where you need to figure out what's going on. There is not some deep mystery that needs to be solved. What's happening here is this guy is giving you a giant clue. Remember that kid show Blue's Clue? There's a giant clue and I want you to go pick it up. He just set down that clue and I want you to pick it up. What he's saying is, I'm not really into you, but there's enough about you that serves a need for me. Maybe I'm bored and you entertain me. Maybe I'm physically in need and you let me, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it takes care of that need. Maybe you feed my ego. I want to know I still got it. And the fact that I can just hit you up at any point and you'll eagerly respond, that does something to my ego. Maybe he just doesn't want to be alone. You've got great feminine energy. And he's like, I need a placeholder until I find my person. You know what she'll do? I want the women who follow me to start a revolution. I want you to remove your amazing feminine energy when a man doesn't show he deserves it. The reason why you stick around, it's because you have doubt. You have this nurturing side of you, which is a healthy part of you, but you're using it wrong.
No. She's just a bird brain, and women look. The reason why she's giving this long speech about it, because it's so predictable that women respond to men who are hot and cold. And by the way, if you're hot and cold, you're just playing games with her. This is literally what you got to do. It happens. Every girl deals with a guy like this because a lot of girls like the drama of a man playing games. So if you're hot and cold, guess what? She's going to be eagerly to respond to you whenever you call. Yeah, ignore her text messages here and there. It won't matter. She's still going to eagerly respond. And guess what? It's okay you're dealing with her because you're bored. It's okay that you just want to smash. It's okay you're just lonely. She's going to accept it all. And guys, this is exactly what we have to do. She just proved it. So don't even take my word for it. Take her word for it, y'all. Pimp for life. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.